Hey, I'm Brandon with Titan Fuel Tanks, and today we're installing a 7030303 fuel tank on this Dodge Ram. This is a 60-gallon tank that replaces the stock 35-gallon tank in this truck. Once you've unboxed your tank, you're going to make sure you have all the required parts for installation before you get started. You're going to want to make sure you have both straps rubber banded to the tank. You're going to want to make sure you have a top ring and 8 nuts for the sending unit, a vent line and an elbow, and then you're also going to have your warranty packet with an O-ring and a spare elbow in case of shipping damage. Next, what you're going to want to do is make sure that your fuel tank is empty, or at least close to empty. That way you can remove it. After that, you're going to support the tank so you can get ready to remove the straps and disconnect all the sending unit connections. Okay, so the next step is going to be removing the hose clamps from the vent line and the fill hose, and remove those hoses from the fill neck so that we can drop the tank. Okay, next we're going to disconnect the sending unit up on top. So first we'll do the electrical connector, and as you notice there is a red lock here that needs to be pushed out in order to depress the button and unhook the connector. Next we're going to do the fuel lines. Both of these fuel lines have little tabs on the front of them that you will squeeze and push the fuel line off. Now that you have the tank out, you're going to want to clean up this sending unit area so that when you undo the lock ring, you're not knocking a bunch of stuff into the tank. So make sure to clean this all up, and then there's a couple other things we're going to do before we move the sending unit and the hoses over to the new tank. So once the sending unit's clean, one step that we don't want to forget is removing these fuel clips and putting them back into the fuel line so that reinstallation is way easier. So you're going to come in here with a little flat blade screwdriver, and you're going to pry this leg up, pry this tab up, spin it over, and then without breaking the brittle fuel clips, and then get that one over and pull that off, ready to be installed into the fuel lines. Make sure you check your tank for any debris that may have gotten in there. Next, you're going to take a large pry bar, a punch, something substantial, and a large hammer, and you're going to knock the sending unit ring off. Once you remove the top ring, you're going to want to make sure to clean where the new ring will sit. Wipe that all off, and then as you pull it out, wipe underneath too, because some dirt gets inside on that lip, and you want to make sure everything is clean before you put it in the new tank. Once you have everything in place, you're going to snug down these nuts in preparation for torquing. When torquing this sending unit, you're going to want to do it in a star pattern to 20 foot-pounds, wait 15 minutes, and then torque it again to 20 foot-pounds in a star pattern. The second torquing is crucial to sealing as the tank and the seals all relax. After you have torqued it for the second time, you're going to just look at all the studs and make sure that they're all even. You should have about 4 threads sticking out above each of the nuts, and that will ensure proper seal. So next we're going to move the fill hose over to the new tank, and we're also going to steal the hose clamp from the old vent line and put it on the new tank since we included our own vent line on this tank. When you pull off the fill hose from the old tank, make sure that it stays oriented in the same direction. That way it routes correctly and then when it gets reinstalled into the truck. Before you install the tank, make sure you reinstall these fuel clips into the fuel lines. It'll make reinstallation a lot easier. On this tank, rubber bushings were included, but on this specific truck, with the straps in place, the tank is going to be plenty tight and secure without the rubber bushings. So these do not need to be used. All they are a spacer to help you adjust the fitment. So this can be removed in this case, and this tank, once it's bolted up, will be plenty tight. Now that we have the tank in place, nice and solid, we're going to hook up the fuel lines and the electrical connector up on top. Before you put fuel in the truck, double check your work. Make sure that your fuel lines are hooked in, your electrical connector is connected, your straps are tight. Once you have everything hooked up and you've put a little bit of fuel in the truck, now you're ready to drive to the fuel station. When you go to fill up, fill it on full blast until it clicks off, let the foam settle for a little bit, then run it on half speed until it clicks off one more time. Then you're full. We hope you enjoy the extended range of your extra capacity diesel fuel tank. If you have any questions or concerns, please give us a call and we'd be happy to help you. Enjoy the tank.